of, enforcing the law and ensuring that, those responsible are also what?
Live up to expectations.
Live up to expectation.
Thank you, Sefah.
Yeah.
So, any empathy for the traders who would want to be on the bridge, because like they say, you can't throw the bathwater,
baby in the bathwater.
What's your...
Yeah, I definitely have empathy. All right, and that's just me, because we all know our situation, the economic situation. We're not there yet. Lots of unemployment. So I'm not going to sit and belittle in any way or be lacking in empathy for those that need to eke out a living. But that said, safety has to be number one.
Number one.
Okay. Yeah. And if anything will, I understand there's the issue of beautification and all of that and keeping things quaint for everyone beautifully and the city beautiful, and that's fine. But at a minimum, we have to ensure that nothing compromises safety. Okay. So as my colleague said, my brothers and colleagues, we just need to make sure that the enforcement, I think at this point, okay, I already mentioned that are we placing people in the public services in the right place? Okay, not too long ago, I was talking to a brother of mine, and we're looking at some trash everywhere and say, people want jobs in the offices and all that. It's all good. I don't begrudge anybody, but look at this place. We have more and more people being added to the payroll. I gave you the payroll budget, how it's astronomically going up in an unsustainable fashion. But yet, the trash is growing everywhere. So are we placing people in the right places? That was the main point I was trying to make. And then the final point I tried to make, the previous one, I would just re-emphasize it, is about accountability. Okay? In places, some other places I've lived, such as in Canada, for example, when there is an incident that surprises them, maybe some young child dies inexplicably and they do an inquiry, usually they come out with something substantive to preempt and to be proactive for the future. So since we had Malcolm, since we had, and then now we've had Newtown, okay, the key question is not, government will take care of some of these funerals and those things, because we know it's going to happen again. Okay? And the building that you are going in, we should all hold government very, very accountable. Forget the past. It's gone. But going forward, what is more important is what is the current government, which is the government responsible and in power, what are they going to give us substantively so that from now on, all right, we can build on it. Okay, so those people who go in, they said that sometimes they go and then they may take bribes. Okay, if bribe has become the issue, why don't we maybe up the law so that the next time, maybe your license is at risk. Maybe the next time you yourself will be heading to jail if it turns out that you were supposed to know and you didn't know and you didn't do your job. Then maybe when he goes in, he gets that bribe. He will think a lot more about it because he knows what will happen if that thing goes down. Do you get what I mean? Yes. We can't continue like this because you're going to be, maybe even if the church that you go to is relatively safe, it looks like it's been well built and all that, you feel you're safe, all right? Next day, somebody may invite you to some church somewhere. You don't know if it's been inspected or not. You understand? So the onus should be more on the responsible agencies. I want to look at it more from that perspective before I even look at the individuals.
Prince, we always pray that some of these authentic, vulnerable things you're putting across do not become talk shops. Because I'm sure we've spoken this way 10 years before we got here. These things have been said, and here we are talking about it again.
But I think it's probably because we are not holding ultimately, it's the politicians you probably can do something about. As for the bureaucrats and all that, you don't hire them, you don't fire them, you don't do anything. At least politicians, you get to vote. So let's start from there.
Okay.
Let's make these things, right? It's about expectations. And I can tell you that in certain societies, all right, such as some of the advanced democracies, if something like this happened, the people, the pressure that is going to come.
Had to roll and all kinds of
Yes, you have no choice. But here, it's almost like we ourselves, our mindset and our expectations haven't advanced enough. So these things will happen. Then we'll go another few years without any concrete action. So the president by now and the government should be coming up with concrete steps that should satisfy us. Otherwise, it should be a serious campaign issue for the next election.
Okay, urgency. Right?